And now to Yobe State, where about 500 persons living with disabilities have been provided with food items. This is in line with Governor Mai Mala Buni's pledge to provide succor to the people of the state after the removal of subsidy. TVC News' Michael Oshoma reports.
The recent removal of fuel subsidy has no doubt brought hardship on Nigerians. Many state governments have moved to ameliorate these difficulties. The Yobe state government, on its part, has distributed food palliatives to 500 persons living with disabilities.
Governor His Excellency Governor Mai Mala Buni directed us immediately to review our stocks availability and start responding to the plight of the most vulnerable. And following our review, we assess that the most vulnerable at the moment are persons living with disabilities, because they are the ones that go out to either beg or to do some menial jobs to get what to put on their table. So this is just it's a continuation. Government is a continuous process, and it's part of the subsidy of the federal government, but this is state-driven subsidy as directed by His Excellency Governor Mai Mala Buni.
The beneficiaries were provided with rice, maize, beans, spaghetti, salt and other food items. The distribution of the palliatives will be in phases, starting with the persons with special needs and the most vulnerable groups. One of the leaders of the beneficiaries could not hide his joy.
The attention we are ever appreciating for His Excellency the Executive Governor of Yobe State. This is not the first of its kind. It's always concerned for us. So this time around, we are needy and we are start at first in Yobe State.
The palliative support is in line with the emergency food security policy direction of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The food intervention to people living with disability is part of measures to cushion the hardship occasioned by the removal of fuel subsidy. Michael Oshoma, TVC News, Damaturu, Yobe State.
Where Governor Ademola Adeleke has sworn in 44 special advisors into his cabinet. The governor also swore in chairmen, vice chairmen and boards with a call on them to put the interest of the state first in their assignment. We have details in this report.
About a week ago, 25 commissioners were sworn in by the governor and were assigned their portfolios. It's now the turn of the special advisors. There are 44 and 10 of them are of cabinet rank, who will now join the 25 commissioners earlier sworn in at the weekly council meeting. The governor says his administration will not tolerate incompetence and corruption.
I call on you all to take judicious notice. I will not tolerate corruption and incompetence in governance. You must be above board and dedicate your time to serving the people of our state. And we demand observance of the rule of law and due process.
We are assuring Mr. Governor and the entire people of Osun State that in this new responsibility, we shall not be found wanting. We shall put in our best, and we are assuring you that at the end of the tenure, Osun will be better than we met it.
A right activist, White Saka, observed that the long list of appointments will have negative impact on the finances of the state.
The decision is not right. It's not right. There is no way anybody can placate it. Also, it's not that softened as a state for us to have a bogus appointee of government that will draw money. Considering the fact that this state CEO have salaries of workers from previous governments. So that will tell you that we need to do more. They still hold workers, they still hold pensioners. It is not good enough. There is no way you can argue it with anybody that understands basic economics, that will say this is the right thing for Osun. No, this is not right.
Now that the appointees have resumed, it is expected that they will live up to expectations of residents. Rafiu Hamid, TVC News, Oshogo.